welcome back to the MT and me. Today we're beginning a project that, well, I like to call it the Great Pearl Cleanout. And it's going to start with moving a lot of wood. Well, you're probably wondering now what this Great Pearl Cleanout is all about. Let me pull up a chair and talk to you a second. It's always nice to have a chair handy. Over the years of working on Pearl here, a lot of stuff has accumulated inside her. Now, overall, I think we've kept her pretty clean and accessible, just kind of moving things out as we needed to over the time. But certain things have kind of gotten in here and have stayed in here a while. Most notably, a bunch of 2x4s that were generously given to Pearl by Ree a couple of Christmases ago. What gives here? What's this?
Well, I told you that I would give you a new roof for Pearl for Christmas, and before I can give you the membrane to go on the roof, you have to have the wood to build the structural support.
You bought this wood for me?
Happy Yule.
And these are the 2-bys that, well, we've used some on the roof already, reinforcement, but we're also going to use it to do wall studs and probably some cabinet construction eventually. Thing is, those things are a little further down the road. And up until now, this wood has all just been laying here in Pearl, mainly because it was given to me at Christmas time, right in the middle of winter, so I needed to get it out of the weather. Easiest thing, put it in Pearl. It stayed out of the weather. And now it's been out of the weather in here for, well, it's getting close to Christmas here in a couple of months, so it'll be going on 2 years. And it's time to get it out of here so that we can just access it piece by piece as we need it. So one of the first things I want to do today is get these 2-bys out of here, moved into my Connex building, where they will also be out of the weather and protected. I can put them up so they'll be high enough to stay dry, and no problems at all should encounter them. In fact, I'll even, once I get them up there, I can cover them up, put an old tarp on them or something, and they'll be completely protected. And then, as we need wood for the Pearl project, I'll go in there and get what I need. But it will get it out of Pearl. I can't count the times I've tripped on these things, stumbled on them, and had to move them around in order to do something, to work on something, or to set a camera up, or something like that. So it's going to be a really big help getting them out. It'll also just be part of the cleaning process. I want to get Pearl's interior as empty as I can and get her cleaned up so that we can start working on the interior. Now, I'm not talking about building cabinets and putting in kitchens and bathrooms and things like that. No, we're not to that point yet. But I do want to start working on the interior in the form of finishing the work on the roof so that I can have it completely braced on the inside, Then we can go on the outside and recoat it and get it completely sealed up. I also want to work on the walls, get some framing up, get some additional bracing up to hold these walls, and look at what kind of insulation I want to come back with in order to fill them and what we want to finish them off with. So there's a lot of projects like that. Just basically getting her interior, and I guess to some degree her exterior structure taken care of. I've decided that, you know, working on the fuel system and everything is all well and good, and I'm not saying we're completely dropping that for now. I'm still going to get that tank down, rinsed out, because I want to get it hooked up and get her engine running. Also that rear tire, I want to get that brake fixed too, so we'll be working on it from time to time. So those projects are still very much on the books, but I also want to really start focusing on getting her structurally sound, because that is a really, really big step in getting Pearl ready to run. Okay. And the first step today is going to be getting all this 2x4 lumber out of here and into the Connex. Well, that's one side. Let's get them put up, and then we'll worry about these. Okay, that's the first dozen. It's about half of them. But being the decrepit old man that I've become, I gotta take a break. So I'm gonna take my gloves off, go sit down, get something to drink, and then we'll continue this project. Please stand by. All right, all rested. Time to get the rest of this wood put in place. And I've got over half of it done. So let's get to it. All right, all the wood's out of Pearl. It's all put up, out of my way. I gotta tell you, there's a lot more room in here. So, what's next? Well, we got the wood out, but there's still plenty of other stuff in there. Should probably just start by going and getting a garbage bag and seeing how much trash I can clean out. I got a feeling there's going to be quite a bit. Alright, all that sweeping, I can't find a dustpan. So, I guess I'll just have to track one down and then come back and sweep all this up a little bit later. For now, collected a pretty good bag of trash there. And Pearl is a lot cleaner here on the inside. And that will maybe let me do a few things I've been wanting to do. Like start to figure out exactly how I want to put my wall studs in. We've looked at it before, and I've got some ideas that really like to run by. In fact, let me just do that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Show you this short, kind of broken 2x4. My idea is to, well, the way this is notched, we could go in like that and attach to the cross beam here and also to the side, and have that in the wall. Now, I'm kind of concerned that using a full-size 2x4 as a wall stud might be a little too much support. We've pointed out in previous videos that RVs are built to bend. You don't want them rock solid stiff. They've got to have some flexibility because they gotta rock and roll as they're rolling down the road. If not, they'll shake themselves to pieces. You'll have all kinds of vibrations and everything will wear out and fall apart. So if you build some flexibility into them, you're much better off and they will survive longer and you will be a happier RV owner. So rather than using a full 2-by, I'm thinking more maybe a 1-by. I mean, it looks small compared to this, and truth reality, that may not be a 1-by, that may be 3/4. But anyway, I'm thinking of 1-by. Take a 2-by, split that puppy so it'd be like this big, 1-by-1, and use it for my wall studs. Now, I can put in a plate on the bottom, on the floor, and attach them to that. The trick is up here, and do I want to tie it in on these? I certainly want to tie it to the side support. Do we want to tie it in to these or not? These are going to be fastened to the side support. We're going to use, I don't know, maybe an L bracket right here. Something like that just to hold it in place. Could just toenail it in place, but I'd rather use a bracket if I could. So we fasten that way. And then we come up here with our 1-by, and we can go in like that, or we can go like that, and come on down to the floor. So, hey, I'm open to suggestions. I am not a carpenter. I have never framed a doghouse, much less an RV or a dwelling or anything that really matters to the quality of life. So if you have, please give me some comment, give me some feedback on what might be the best way to come in here and actually mount my wall studs, because that's going to be not too far down the road now as we continue to brace up the interior and the roof and try to get Pearl structurally sturdy inside and out before we even think about driving her around or finishing out the interior. That seems like a long way off. I'm hoping it'll be here before we know it. For now, the end of this video is here before we know it. Thank you so much for watching my Nomies. Again, give me your feedback on what you think about the wall studs. When we come back next time, maybe we can finish the cleaning, because there's still a lot of stuff in here that needs to be put away and cleaned out. I would like to have the most accessible floor possible before we move much further. So, you got that to look forward to. For now, I'm going to go throw the trash away and see if I can find a dustpan to take. Okay. Some more stuff to throw away. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can find a dustpan and get this little pile of leaves and stuff up and call it a day. Thank you again so much for watching. Love you guys. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And check us out each and every week here on the MT and Moi. Till next time, I'm Russ. I'm out of here.